Buddy Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go with another big day championship wrestling. And boy, I love it today.
Oh, I tell you, opening match today, we're going to have the Golden Boy Chic Donovan in here, and he is going to be going against Koko Ware. That is just the opening match. TV title match then coming up after that. We'll have Steve Keirn in here going against Kevin Sullivan, and the TV title will be on the line. Then a six-man tag team match. In this one, it'll be the Japanese team on one side, Mr. Onita, Masa, Fuchi, and Tojo Yamamoto in the ring. They'll go against the Dream Machine, Bill Superstar Dundee, and Dutch Mantel.
Oh, boy, what a dandy six-man that's going to be, as well as the title match, the Golden Boy and Chic Donovan, and Koko Ware. In addition to that, and I know there are a lot of people out there who will take great joy in this, we don't announce it as that, Jimmy Hart got his leg broken, and we're going to be bringing you that match and have the all for you. We'll be back to it in just a moment. Need to say a whole lot more about it. Let's take a look at the highlights. Jerry the King Lawler, Jimmy Hart. This one a lumberjack match.
I think you see the stage pretty well set. Hart giving Lawler plenty of room. Lawler just laughing at Hart in his boxing movements. Around the ring, the Lumberjacks. Dundee on the far side, closest to you with his back, is Steve Keirn, his back to you. On the right side, as you look at it, on the floor from Oil Trough, Dutch Mantel. And on this side, closest to our timer's desk, Roy Rogers. Jerry Lawler zinging a big right hand right at Lawler. Hart scooped up some powder and threw it right in Lawler's eyes, holding his jaw where Lawler nailed him. And look at Hart go. He is a wild animal trapped, and he knows it. He's fighting for his life. Chokehold on Lawler. Remember, to the finish. No disqualification. The referee is on the outside of the ring. Steve Keirn pulled that sack of powder out as Hart is going after Lawler like a wild man. He double hands Lawler. Lawler still having a hard time getting to his feet. His eyes really bothering him where Hart nailed him with that powder. And Jimmy Hart, street fighting. He is fighting for his life. He goes get some more powder and rubs it in Lawler's eyes. He cannot be disqualified. And I think the crowd is stunned. I know Lawler is. Jerry Lawler now back up. The King clearing his eyes enough to see Hart. Drops with that right hand. Lawler, short chopping right hand that puts Hart down. Hart, face first on the mat. Comes out of his trunks. We could see something shining. Looks like a chain, and he nails Lawler. Hart again nails him. He's got a chain in his hand. He puts Lawler down with that one. Around Lawler's neck. He's choking him. Lawler specifically told the Lumberjacks, do not interfere regardless of what he does. Just don't let him get out of the ring. Jimmy Hart in a no disqualification match, choking Jerry Lawler. Hart, as we said, really battling like a wild animal. Goes at the throat of Lawler with that chain again. Dundee, Rogers, everybody cheering Jerry on, but Hart, with that chain, has got Lawler in trouble. Jimmy Hart wraps that chain around his hand and shoots again at Lawler. Bam! He nailed him with that chain. And look out for the King. Hart knows he's in serious trouble. Lawler going after the chain, takes it away from Hart. Jimmy Hart, pillar to post now. There's no place to hide, and Lawler nails him. The King puts him down. Hart gets out. Steve Keirn, Mantel. Throw him right back in. Lawler says, try that way. Dundee grabs him and throws him in. Here he comes after Roy Rogers. Rogers with him. Pushes him back under the rope. Hart trying to hang on. He doesn't want Lawler. His advantage gone. Lawler with a chain. Goes after him. Over the shoulder. And the finish could be all over. He has really got Hart where he wants him. Mantel blocks him in on that side of the ring. Hart barely able to pull himself up to his knees. Falls back. Lawler pulls him to the center of the ring. This is what the King has been after for a long time. Drops with the elbow on that leg. Bangs down again with it. He is loving every minute of the problems that Jimmy Hart has given him. He remembers them. And with a vengeance, he's going after Hart. Again the elbow. Spinning leg lock, and he really has Hart. Oh, boy. Lawler just pouring it on. Every bit of that 234 is behind it. All the memories of the problems that he has had is added to it. Jimmy Hart. Referee Jerry Calhoun says he gives it up. It's all over. Lawler is the winner. 7:49. Lawler says, get out of here. You don't belong in here anyhow. And he throws Calhoun out. Jerry Lawler has won the bout in 7:49, but it's not good enough. He spins, Hart screaming. Lawler again with that spinning leg lock. You can tell the vengeance is coming out. Here comes the first family down. Hart saying, no, 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 watch my leg. The crowd loving it. As Hart holding his leg. So the leader of the pack, the head of the first family, being carried by Chic Donovan.
Yeah, well, that was the scene as it took place, and quite a scene it was. That was exactly Lawler's dream match. He wanted to get Hart where the first family could not interfere, where he had a lumberjacks that would not let him get out of the ring. He was successful in getting in that type of a match, and the result, well, you've seen it. And so Jimmy Hart ended up with a broken leg. Let's hear the comments that Hart had to make.
I love it. Thank you, but I ain't going to be able to wear it if I get through, but I love the color and everything. When is Chic and Wayne and the Nightmares coming back? Okay, that's fine. Can you raise my back a little bit right now? Oh, God, not so fast, please. Please, the foot, that's a foot button, the foot button. The foot
What do you want to raise? The foot of the head?
Oh, the foot. Look, Kevin, my leg is broke. You're killing me. You are absolutely killing me right now. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Please, just stop, please.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm snappy. I'm sorry. Please. They can't. The camera's not looking at my gown, is it? No. Come on, put it down here. First of all, you told them we don't anybody know where we are, right? They understood.
Hey, before we go any further, no one's supposed to know where we are, right? Correct? All right.
Okay. If you raise it down one more time, but please do the button on the right.
Down or up?
Yeah, but.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Wait a second.
Wait just a minute. Who is... where's my glasses?
They're over there, Jimmy. Let me get rid of
them.
No, they're over there in the thing. Let me get rid of this thing. Okay. I'll get these ready away, okay?
I don't want those stupid letters anyhow.
Okay. Wait a minute. Here's my here. I'll move my present, okay?
All right. Everybody wants to know the condition of Jimmy Hart and the condition of the first family. Well, let me tell you something right now. Don't you worry about Jimmy Hart's condition or the first family's condition. You people of Memphis, you better worry about your condition right now. Because let me tell you something, man. You are very sick. Y'all need help so bad. I need to try to bring in about 50 psychiatrists to help you out. Because, buddy, you are in trouble. I've lived in Memphis all of my life, and I've never seen the worst taste of sportsmanlike conduct in my life from you people out there. I climbed in the ring, a Christian athlete all of my life. Memphis born and Memphis bred, an athlete, high school athlete. I have done everything from Memphis, Tennessee to put it on the map that I could possibly do. Cut million-seller records, everything. Climbed to the top of the ladder in professional wrestling. Have brought you in the best talent that has ever been in this territory. And I crawled in that ring Monday night with Jerry Lawler. And he used a chain on me, and he used salt on me. He used everything humanly imaginable. And you people were laughing and cheering. When he came off that top rope, which is illegal, you people went crazy. If he'd have had a gun, let me tell you something. If he'd have had a gun and blown my head off, these people would have gone crazy,
Jimmy,
Kevin.
If he had an axe and said, let me cut off his head, they would have said yes. You know why? Because it's like I've told you before. All these Southerners, it isn't just Memphis, it's all the Southerners are sick, Jimmy. This is what's wrong with society today. They are sick. This is a real sick society. You could see it on their faces. There's faces that looked exactly like Keirn's face, looked like Lawler's face. They're all sick. And Jimmy, as you know, the only thing sane in this world today is the family. We're the only guiding light left. We're the only thing sane. You look at the rest of society. Like you said, they were yelling at you, everything, Jimmy, and that was your hometown. Can you imagine how it is for outsiders? They're just sick. But don't worry, the family will be taken care of. You're still the brains, we all know that. And tell those people what the condition of the family will continue.
I love you, baby. Let me just say something right now, Jerry Lawler. I hate you, brother. And if I have to gain weight, if I have to gain 45 more pounds to weigh 200 pounds and come in the ring to get you, I promise I'll do it. So you want to know the condition of Jimmy Hart? Hey, I've never had a broken leg before, so I don't know how long I'm going to be out. But let me tell you something, Lawler. Sure, you kicked mine, you know what.
Hey, wait
and you broke.
Jimmy, never, ever say that, baby. Never say that. He didn't do it. You look at that Keirn. What did Keirn do? When you were managing the match with Chic, he went down there and snatched you up, picked you up, and drove you on his knee. Oh, he's a big, tough, strong guy. Drove you on his knee. That's when you probably get the fracture. Then, with that great fighting heart, that heart that very few people have, you crawled in the ring against Jerry Lawler when he had his 4 henchmen around the ring. And if they want to play back the tape, they can see all 5 of them punching and kicking at that leg, which was probably fractured at the time. And then Jerry Calhoun came in and said, do you want to stop the match? And Jerry Lawler said, let it continue. The promotion was part of this conspiracy. The whole thing was to get rid of the first family. Because, Jimmy, I felt like a trapped dog trying to get through that fence when I saw what was happening to you. You know what Eddie Marlin came up to me and said? He said, take one step out of here and you're suspended for a year. That was the whole thing, to get rid of the first family. But let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler and Steve Keirn. You listen to me right now. We have a plan.
Don't you?
Okay, that's it. Cut an interview. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that was it. So, that's the condition of Jimmy Hart and the first family. We thought you'd be interested in that report. We've got big action coming up with the Golden Boy against Koko Ware. We'll get to that in just a moment. Action! Right back here on Wave Country's Channel 3 Championship Wrestling. Want to tell you about next Tuesday night down in the Louisville Gardens. We're going to give you some other towns in just a moment, and we will be going over the entire card for you, too. But I do want to mention big 12-man tag match that'll be coming up. A single match that'll be of particular interest when Big Sonny King goes against Golden Boy Chic Donovan. And listen to this. AWA Southern Tag titles at stake. Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris going against Steve Keirn and Dutch Mantel as Mantel and Keirn try to take those titles away. And then mask against mask. You hear it. The Nightmares in a no time, no disqualification against the Superstar and the Dream with mask at stake in there.
You know, Lance, I've always said that I hated the South, and nothing could epitomize the South worse than Louisville, Kentucky. You see how those people dress? I don't want to hold that Southern Belle. That's a piece of trash. You know what? Nothing could epitomize the South more. Have you seen how those people dress? They dress the same way Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler, the King, Steve Keirn, all those idiots. They're not... Look at his face. Look at that face. Checky boy, get your face in here. Look at them. This is Robert Redford and Paul Newman. That's why they hide it. We're the best looking thing in the world today. And let me tell you one thing. We are going to hold on to those belts because I will never lose in Louisville, because I wouldn't give the satisfaction of all those rebels saying, well, a Yankee finally got beaten. Wayne, tell him what the North did to the South. Tell him. He's from the North.
Oh,
It's just like Sherman's march to the sea. You know, he come through Mississippi, he come through Tennessee, he burned everything. And we're going to burn you, Dutch Mantel and Steve Keirn, because you're going to never wear these belts. They belong to us. And the Nightmares, they're going to eat you up, Dream. They're going to show that ugly face of yours, because we don't want the people out there to see Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Tuesday night, you'll have a chance to see all of this come true at the Louisville Garden. Alrighty, referee Jerry Calhoun comes out. We're awaiting the 2 participants in our first live action right here in Championship Wrestling. Should be a dandy, too, Davey. How about the official introduction?
It's one fall 15-minute time limit match on the right of your screen from Union City, Tennessee at 221 pounds, Koko Ware. And going against him from Hollywood, California, 228 pounds, Golden Boy Chic Donovan. One fall 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
I saw these 2 guys tangling in a match earlier, and I got to tell you, boy, what a sensational match it was. with all of the things, you say what you want. This Donovan is quite an athlete, and I don't have to tell anybody what kind of an athlete Koko is. Missed going behind and taking him down. Donovan spun out of it, Davey.
Both of them doing some fine moves as far as their athletic ability is concerned in previous matches. Koko wrapping up. Had a left arm, put a little twist on it, into the ropes. Chic Donovan. Koko rolls him over down to the mat. Koko Ware, former TV champion, as a matter of fact. He's in the side headlock, put there by Chic Donovan. Donovan spins out, takes the arm up behind Koko's back. Koko spins, reverses. Donovan to the rope, puts a foot outside.
Dave, I don't wish anybody any bad luck, but isn't it nice not to have a Hart running his mouth off down there and telling you everything that's happening and making excuses right here at the ringside?
Noticeably quieter in front of the table today. You're right. Chic Donovan, of course, is the newest family member. Recruited by Jimmy Hart recently. Koko with a headlock.
We're going to be seeing Donovan a little bit later on, as a matter of fact, in a match that he had with Steve Keirn. It was a dandy.
Koko leaps over, waits, and there's that drop kick. Koko Ware with the drop kick put Donovan on the mat. Donovan back on his feet, went back to the corner for a moment to collect himself. Knee to the midsection. Donovan with a right hand, he had the fist doubled. He's warned by the referee. Koko's head into the top turnbuckle. We just passed the 2-minute mark.
Big TV championship match coming up today, Dave. Don't want to forget that in case folks just joined us.
Chic Donovan with a suplex. Count of 2 on Koko. Close. Koko back on his feet. Ooh, Donovan slowed him down with a right hand to the midsection. Back on the ropes, off the ropes. Upper arm by Chic Donovan, the Golden Boy. Donovan springs off the middle rope. Koko saw him coming, moved. Koko backs into the rope, whips him across the ring. Donovan up high, hits hard as he comes down to the mat. Into the ropes again.
Uh-oh.
With the foot, he caught Koko. Koko, shoulders down, count of 2, 3, he got it. Koko struggling, trying to get the shoulders up, but Donovan able to get the 3 count out of it. And at 3 minutes, 14 seconds, Chic Donovan has the win.
With all due respect, we got to say it that was a fine move by Donovan when he came in there, flipped over. Koko was really battling. He was impaled on the mat, so to speak, and he was in a situation where, kick as he couldn't get out of it. He just had to go. Donovan got to 1, 2, 3 in a great opening bout. We've got a TV championship match coming up. Stay right where you are. We're going to be back for it a little bit later. Steve Keirn and Golden Boy Chic Donovan really tied it up. You'll remember that in the first meeting, it was Donovan who came out victorious. Let's look at the highlights.
And Donovan being told to break it up by the referee, and Keirn takes the chance to nail him in the midsection, but look at Donovan coming back. Snaps it around him again. Hard over, distracting the referee, goes for a pile driver, and he did it while Hart had Calhoun away from the action. 1, 2, and the leg saves Keirn. He was able to pop his leg up on the ropes, Donovan going after him with a suplex. He got him started down and really hammered him, too, and Keirn picks out. Steve Keirn in trouble, but still, with his tremendous physical condition, able to resist the efforts of Chic Donovan, who is just stomping him now. He really is getting after him. Backbreaker dumps Keirn down. Count of 1. He got a 1 count, and that was it. Donovan nails Keirn with a right. Steve bounced down and right back up again. What a tough cookie this guy is. Donovan really pounding him around. He's got great neck muscles. This guy can bridge like you wouldn't believe. Leg drop. 1, 2. Oh! And Keirn almost caught. Got his mouth busted by that leg when Donovan dropped on him. He's been battered. Donovan totally dominating the action for the last 6.5 minutes. Keirn picks him up. Drops him on the rope. Donovan drops down. Keirn being told by the referee, very marginal move on Keirn's part, but he was battered. He had to do something. He goes after Donovan. Big backdrop by Keirn. What stamina this guy has. Suplex. Keirn covers him. Donovan kicks out. 15-minute call has passed. We're more than halfway through this match. Oh, and as he whipped Donovan in, Donovan came off, slammed the referee right down. Jimmy Hart, there's that bridge we were talking about. Keirn, he had him in a pin. Hart being pulled into the ring. That's going to be it. Jimmy Hart dropped down on that knee. It's going to be a disqualification, though. Steve Keirn, the loser, as he let his temper get away with him. He couldn't take Hart interfering. He jumped out, pulled him in the ring, and he got disqualified. And Keirn's trying to tell the referee what Hart did, but the referee had been knocked down by Donovan. It's a shame. Disqualification, the winner, Chic Donovan.
Well, the wind went down in Donovan's corner, Steve, and looking back at it and looking at the tape in there, do you wish you hadn't grabbed Hart at this point?
Well, you know, Lance, a lot of people wonder why I did that, and it's a situation where I don't like anybody interfering in my match. And Hart seems to like to interfere in a lot of matches. Yeah, and I just took it upon myself at that time. You know, people say, maybe Keirn broke his leg. Well, I didn't even come close to breaking his leg. Jerry Lawler broke his leg. If I wanted to break his leg, I would have tried to break his leg. I just tried to discourage him from ever stepping in the ring with me when I was in a match. And I think I got my point across. And along with that, Chic Donovan comes out here, and he said it quite a few times. He can be sassy, and he can be nasty. Beat him if he can. Well, he was sassy, he was nasty, but I beat him because I could. Now, you know, I've got an important match coming up here, and this is going to be
Mid-America Heavyweight Championship.
This is something I've been looking forward to for a long time because these people in this area are not really that familiar with me. But I've got to drive, and I want to be the best in my field like anybody else would want to be. And that the ultimate is to be the world champion. But you just don't start out as the world champion. You have to work your way up. And Ron Bass has a belt around his waist. And I realize he's a tough man.
I was going to ask you, Steve, do you know Ron Bass? Everybody in the area here is very familiar with this guy. He outweighs you maybe 50, 60 pounds. He goes well over 290. He is a rugged Texan, boy. And I'll tell you, with all of his tactics, he is a tough son of a gun, or he wouldn't be champion.
Well, I try to watch matches, and I try to watch films on everybody all throughout the country. And I've watched matches from Ron Bass, and I've seen how successful he is. I'm going to go into that match hoping that I can have a wrestling match. But I've seen films where Ron Bass can bend rules. So I'm going to say right now I'm going in there to wrestle scientifically. But if it comes down to it, I am prepared to wrestle Ron Bass in any method he wants to. So the people in Memphis and the surrounding areas, I'm going out there to be the winner, one way or another, whatever happens to happen.
Well, it is going to be a match that I'm going to be most interested in. There's a lot of guys that have had a lot of bad moments with Ron Bass. I'm looking forward to your shot at that Mid-America title.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope that all the fans are going to be there because I'm going to give them a new champion, and it's going to be me because I need a title. I need to have a little publicity on me in this area, and that's one way to get it.
Hey, listen, you got yourself today something that's not just a title alone. That's an important thing in the TV championship because you got Kevin Sullivan, but it's more of a personal thing, too. You got Sullivan in there by himself.
Well, Kevin Sullivan's been coming out here, and I think he's taken over the job of Jimmy Hart. He's been the one that's been shooting his mouth off about all the things that the family can do. Well, it's always the family. It's not an individual out of the family. Well, I'm not a member of a family. I'm here solely by myself, and I'm stepping in the ring with Kevin Sullivan this afternoon, and anytime, any place, anytime, I'll step in the ring with him. But today, it's for his title. And if he can shoot his mouth off so big standing over here talking to you, then let's see what he can back it up with right up here in the ring.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Good luck to you, Steve. We're going to be looking forward to seeing all of the action. Okay, we're going to be back, and we'll see that action with Sullivan and Keirn in just a moment. Back into the action here in just a moment on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Hey, Thursday, July the 16th, Paola, Indiana, at the high school, sponsored by the Little League. 7 big matches. That's on the 16th. Then, Tuesday night, my friend, right there in the Louisville Gardens. Listen to this. 12-man tag opener. You better be there for the Nightmares, Sullivan, Ferris, Donovan, Dalton, Dundee, The Dream, Keirn, Mantel, King, and Thundercloud. That's for openers. Then Thundercloud in a single against Dalton. Chic, Golden Boy Donovan against Sonny King. AWA Southern Tag title with Keirn and Mantel trying to take away the titles of Sullivan and Ferris. Then it's going to be a mask against mask, no time, no disqualification. Bill Dundee and The Dream going against the Nightmares, number 1 and 2. And remember, no time, no disqualification. The masks are at stake. By golly, something's going to fall on that one. Hope maybe you're going to be out there. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. You don't want to miss any of that big action.
About ready to go with a TV title match. The championship is on the line. The challenger is here. Here comes the current holder of the championship.
Kevin Sullivan.
Get over here. I want to tell you something. You know, last week I wasn't here on TV because I was in New York City, the Big Apple. The Big Apple, where they appreciate me. I was in a bodybuilding contest, Mr. East Coast, and I won everything. Best arms, best chest, best legs, best back. And this is what I got, because in New York, they appreciate me as a champion. And let me tell you, Steve Keirn, I've always been fair, and I'm going to give you a warning right now. I am going to get rid of Steve Keirn because I am going to cripple him today on TV because this conspiracy's gone too far. And Jimmy Hart, I want you to be watching this because Keirn is the first one that's going to be eliminated right now.
Well, it's an impressive trophy, I will say that, but Steve Keirn fights back where the trophy and the other people in the bodybuilding don't. Okay, Davey, let's have the introduction while I get this trophy out of the way, if I can pick it up.
It is a title match, 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. The challenger from Tampa, Florida, 225 pounds, Steve Keirn, the champion from Boston, Massachusetts. At 220 pounds, Kevin Sullivan. We are underway. Keirn rams Kevin Sullivan's head into the turnbuckle. Steve's been listening to Kevin run his mouth over here for a couple of minutes. Whoa! Steve Keirn. It's Sullivan. He suplexes him. Count of 1, 2. Sullivan gets the shoulders up. That's a 2 count.
Man, was that Keirn sitting on ready for this match?
Barely got the introductions in. As a matter of fact, we had to ring the bell before we finished the introduction. Keirn itching to get at him. Kevin Sullivan fired into the rope. Clothesline by Steve Keirn. Count of 1 is all he got that time. 51 seconds into this TV championship match. Oh, Sullivan fired into the corner, moved out of the way. Steve Keirn hit the ring post. Uh-oh. Saw Sullivan motion, and here comes the rest of the family in. That's going to be the end of it right there, as far as the official action is concerned. The family members, there's Wayne Ferris up off the top rope. Nightmares, Kevin Sullivan, Chic Donovan, Wayne Ferris, all of them working on Steve Keirn. Here comes Lawler and Dundee.
Billy and Lawler. Oh, man.
Dundee run into the ring post down here by Ferris.
Slammed him in there. Again by Sullivan. While Lawler up there with the Nightmares. Donovan on a Steve Keirn that had been hurt by all of them, the Nightmares, double teaming Lawler over there. Dundee bleeding profusely about the right eye as Wayne Ferris has a stick or something in his
like
hand.
It's like a piece of wood. Lawler being nailed by both Nightmares across the ring. It's Donovan with Steve Keirn. Kevin Sullivan grabs him from behind. Ferris still working on Bill Dundee. They've got a bad cut on his forehead. Well, that stick that Ferris has had in his hand, he's still got it.
Nightmares on Lawler, both of them.
Here comes Debris, Mantel, Koko. And the family leads. Finally.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Lawler over there checking on Bill Dundee. Bill got the worst of it in the whole deal there.
Man, did he not? Boy, they hammered him in the ring post. They Ferris had that stick and beat and gouged on him and everything. The whole first family comes in, jumps on Keirn to start it off with, as Sullivan never had any intention of making a match out of it, one-on-one. With one purpose, and that was to get to Keirn. Okay, we're going to take time. Disqualification.
Officially, it's disqualification, so the title stays with Sullivan.
Sullivan in there. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we got plenty of action yet to go because we've got a six-man tag match here on Championship Wrestling, and we're going to be getting into Onita, Fuchi, and Yamamoto teaming up to go against a very formidable team of Dutch Mantel, Bill Superstar Dundee, and the Dream Machine in an expiration of time match. An opportunity to see it go, and with the team having the most falls on the expiration of time, that's the one that's going to be the winner. Coming in right now, the Japanese team of Yamamoto, Onita, and Fuchi.
as they have proved to be a formidable tag team, Onita and Fuchi. They have lived up to everything we heard about them. They are joined by their manager, and I don't have to tell you a thing in the world about Tojo Yamamoto. They are a rugged, rugged team. But they're going against the Dandy today, and the Dream, the Dutchman. And the third man will be the superstar, Bill Dundee. So it should be some very Eddie Marlin, yeah.
Bill Dundee was scheduled to be in this match, but he's got a hole in his head, and Jerry Lawler's agreed to take his place.
Okay, Lawler will be substituting, Davey, if you can change it up on that. No bad substitution. Should be a whale of a match in any event. Lawler, Lawler, the Dutchman and the Dream, going against Onita, Fuchi, and Yamamoto. Okay, let's have the official introduction.
It's a match to the expiration of time. Introducing on the left of the screen, total weight 680 pounds, from Nagasaki, Mr. Onita. From Hiroshima, Masa Fuchi. And also from Japan, Tojo Yamamoto. On the right of the screen, total weight is 719 pounds. From Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantel, the Dream Machine. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. Expiration of time match, six-man tag action, referee Jerry Calhoun.
Masa Fuchi starting out with a big Dream Machine in this expiration of time match is Lawler. You heard promoter Eddie Marlin saying Billy has a hole in his head, and no wonder after being hammered around on those ring posts the way he was and gouged with that piece of wood stick or whatever that Wayne Ferris had. Lawler is taking his place in this match. So the Dream Machine opening up against Masa Fuchi. Hooks him, tags Dutch Mantel as he takes Fuchi down. And Mantel goes to work. Boy, you talking about an intense one. He is something. Reversal, and again a reversal, and Mantel bars it right straight up at the shoulder, man. He's in tight, and he's forcing Fuchi straight down. Fuchi looking over at the corner to see who he might be able to get to first, Yamamoto or Onita. Mantel hanging on, and Fuchi hooks around to the side of him. Mantel can pull a little hair, too, as Fuchi started. Mantel grabbed him, jerked him off his feet, took him down, dropped on that arm. Tag on the King, and here comes Jerry Lawler. Fuchi hits the deck as Lawler unloads with that right hand, and referee Jerry Calhoun telling him, open up, keep those hands open in there. Tag, Onita.
Onita, perhaps the most intense of the Japanese team. You'll notice him, he's almost always on his tiptoes. He is poised and ready to spring.
He can go, boy, I'll tell you, he can. Lawler moves right straight in on him. Back to the ropes. Lawler's caught in between Fuchi and Onita. And a duck by Lawler, and Fuchi takes the brunt of that chop. Not much finesse, but a lot of big right hands from Jerry the King Lawler as Yamamoto takes the tag from Onita. Beautiful hip toss.
Oh, here they come again.
You can't have a match here without the first family. Somebody's jumping in. Wayne Ferris, Kevin Sullivan joined the Japanese team in there. They've got Lawler down. They're kicking and beating on his leg. Dream Machine over there with Fuchi. Dutch Mantel caught by Yamamoto and Onita. It'll be a disqualification on the Japanese team.
There's Lawler, legs stretched out. Sullivan holding it in the air, the Nightmare dropping on it. Wayne Ferris kicking him with that big boot. comes Doug in. Point Sandy, baseball bat in hand.
Billy, with his head bandaged up, has got a ball bat in his hand, and boy, I'll tell you what.
He turned him out.
You got that right. I mean, in a double-odd hurry, too. Dundee over checking with Jerry the King Lawler, and what the referee was indicating disqualification.
He was confirming disqualification on the Japanese team.
So the first ball of action is going to go to the team of Lawler, Dream Machine, and Dutch Mantel as...
Get him back out here, now the sides are even, right? Let's get him back out here, huh?
We've had all the interference we need.
Here to talk, sit right back down and get him back out here.
Jerry.
Ring the bell, the sides are even now. That's far, let's get him back out here now.
The match is the next person of time with the other team.
Sullivan.
Yeah,
That's Sullivan.
Okay, hey, come on. Hey, Billy. Billy. Come on.
Kevin Sullivan. The sides are even, Jack. And if you like this little trophy, you got 10 seconds to get back right here, Jack.
Let's just forget it. Hey, wait till you get him in the ring. Bill. Got. Hey, come on, Billy. Okay, that's it. Hey, just take a break. Take a break. We're gonna get out. Go.
This is what we're going to do to them right there,
Billy.
baby.
Come on, Billy. Break. Take a break. Back into action here on Championship Wrestling in a moment. A reminder, Thursday the 16th, Paoli, Indiana. But Tuesday night, boy, oh boy, what a night of action. We told you about the big 12-man, the single matches. Don't forget, Southern Tag title on the line. Keirn and Mantel against Sullivan and Wayne Ferris. And then it's going to be Mask against Mask Nightmares and Dundee and the Dream Machine. We'll be looking for that. Steve, great challenging team with Dutch as your partner.
Well, I've got a fine partner, Lance, and I'll just let him do all the talking for the team.
I guess that's a short...
What I like about Steve does all his talking in the ring. Sullivan, I'm sending this directly to you. You are a low-life, egg-sucking Massachusetts dog. And where we left it off last week, I'm going to take it up this week. And I think those belts will look very good around mine and Steve's waist. So, boys, polish them up and bring them, because we mean business when we step in the ring in Louisville.
Better believe that it means business, too. Billy?
That's right, Lance, and so does everybody else. Jerry the King Lawler, he started. He broke Hart's leg. The Dutchman and Steve Keirn's going to take the belts in 275 pounds. The meanest guy you ever saw when he's mad, brother, is going to take the mask off the Nightmare, and the first families, too. And that's a promise.
No time, no disqualification. Mask against mask.
Mask against mask. Something's got to give. It's just like a woman pregnant when she goes to the hospital. They say it's going to be a boy, it's going to be a girl, but I can tell you one thing, it's going to be one or the other. That's just like the mask. It's either going to be my mask or their mask. It's not going to be mine, because blood flowed like red wine last week, but that's all right, because the Dreamer just get a blood transfusion and keep on going, fighting and kicking and scratching just like a big white dog. It's coming right there to Louisville, old Blue Moon of Kentucky. Keep on shining, because I guarantee you one thing, the mask will come off in Louisville.
It's going to be happening in there. No time, no disqualification. You know doggone well somebody's face is going to be exposed right there in the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night. And possibility of new tag champions. Make point to be there, will you? Well, we got to stop finally, Davey. You know, we had a little bit of everything in the world. It started out fine enough. We got to see the highlights of the situation with Lawler and Hart, and of course Hart in the hospital, and his broken leg and all, and the Donovan Koko Ware match. And then we got into the interruptions. The biggest problem I think that we got right now is that they don't even care about fines, anything else. The feud between the First Family and a lot of the other guys in there is getting so intense. The personalities are becoming involved in it, and we're getting where we can't even finish.
Can't have a match. Yeah, that's
really
true.
Tough.
Happened twice today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Did not happen in the first match. Chic Donovan, the family member, though, defeated Koko Ware. Rugged match. 3 minutes and 15 seconds it went. Donovan came out the winner in it when he pinned Koko. Then the TV title match. This one, Kevin Sullivan had that title on the line against Steve Keirn. Steve Keirn won the match, but He won it by disqualification. When the rest of the family came out, got Sullivan disqualified. The title can't change hands on a disqualification, so the champion is still Kevin Sullivan, even though he lost that match to Steve Keirn today. Then there was the six-man tag team match. Mr. Onita, Masa Fuchi, Tojo Yamamoto against Dutch Mantel, the Dream Machine, and Bill Dundee. Now, Bill Dundee had been hurt with that family interference earlier, so Jerry Lawler substituted for him in the match, and they did, in fact, win the fall in 2 minutes 44 seconds. A disqualification occurred when the family again came back to the ring. So the winners, Mantel, the Dream Machine, and Lawler over the Japanese team, but it was due to interference.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Dundee showed that he is just as tough as we've always said he is. He came roaring back at a ball bat, man. He
Best idea of the day,
that
yeah.
unbelievable trophy that Sullivan had. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.